right, everyone. Good evening. We're live. Me and my buddy Mark. We're back on Culture Geek Network. Thanks for tuning in. How's it? How you doing, Mark?
I'm good. I'm good. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good, if not a great Thursday, but really good.
Spooky season. It's the start. Well, spooky season started. Does it start in
Yeah.
September or does it start in October?
Spooky season anytime you want,
Okay. All right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Anything new going on with you?
Oh, no, just like we talked before, trying to
Yeah.
deal with this whole collection.
Yeah. I'm going to take when it gets a little cooler, like deep into the winter. I'm probably going to take a day or two off and try to
Yeah.
clean up my room and or the other room over there and pretty much figure out what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. So
It's not going to be 2 days. It's going to be a while.
well, I mean, I have everything kind of like already in boxes, so I kind of know where things are at. Right? It's now just kind of
Right.
going through things and be like, okay, this I want to hold. This has value. This doesn't. So yeah, and there's certain runs that I think I'm willing to sell now that I'm not gonna read them
Yeah.
anytime soon. Any book that I've been specking on, I'm definitely gonna keep just because it's like, well, who knows what might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we both went to LA Comic Con this past weekend. I want to ask you, man, how were your well, what was your review? What are your thoughts on the convention and how it's
Ooh.
changed? And has it gone for the better or worse?
Oh, boy. I mean, I think the convention was overall really nice. And it's for a couple of different reasons. But obviously, being that maybe a lot of people don't realize or do remember before it was LA, and I think we mentioned this before, it was original Kamikaze,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Um, it just seems like Artist Alley is kind of like how San Diego, they're pushing it more to the very backside, I guess you could say, or the west side of the main
Hmm.
hall. And it just seems smaller. And they're adding, I don't want to say too many industry thing, but on the far west side is more like a lot of like more booths and things for the cosplayers or other merchandise, bigger items. Like, there's one booth about how to start your own, I guess, was it funhouse business?
Oh,
They
I
have
didn't even
those
see
right remember
that.
remember the riding bull? Oh my god, man. It was
Oh, I
like
did see the riding bull
very
thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. But it was like how you can start your own. So, I was like all that space is being taken up for, you know, and then that one item that they're talking about, the exclusive item, the splastic figures, they're actually really dope.
I didn't even
But
see that.
it took up a big portion. There's like a couple areas like as you're walking towards, remember how you're walking towards the main stage?
Yeah.
It was on the right hand side if you're coming as
Okay.
soon as you're walking in. But it was a good
Plastic.
I think it was plastic, yeah. They had two exclusive figurines. Um, they were actually pretty clean. I liked them. But I was again, I wasn't there for me. I was there for, like always, other people getting gifts, little knickknacks, things like that. But then taking my girlfriend's first time to a comic convention because she's never been,
Uh huh.
you know. And so, she was never exposed to a lot of stuff, but she did like some characters. And um she got to meet the animator and director of one of her favorite characters that she ever, liked. And I said,
Right.
this is what comic conventions are about.
Yeah.
Meeting the people that inspired you or made you, feel a certain way or character, that's what it is. But uh that was cool because she got to do like take a picture, have a conversation with, Tom Cook, and he's the one that did for He-Man, She-Ra, things like that. Um,
Right.
those cartoons, and he signed the item that she bought, and like I said, took a picture. So that was, yeah, that was, I think. to me, that was all about. And it was also catching up with a lot of my artist friends, that just saw Norm, Redmond. And so I haven't seen him probably since probably like COVID. A lot of them I haven't really seen.
Right, right, right.
Um, and got to talk to Coy Turnbull, which was, always amazing. Having talking to him and his wife, um, and then meeting new people. Uh, like I said, I think we talked briefly, you know, uh, just about me meeting a new artist, Jarrett Sams, and his book, comic Space Negro, the last Negro in space.
Uh huh.
Um,
You highly recommend the book.
well, if you enjoy understand the context and content of the humor of Mel Gibson and Richard Pryor and Dave Chappelle, comedy, um, certain things like that of that nature, yeah, you're gonna love
Wait,
it.
wait, wait, you said Mel Gibson. You meant
No, Mel
Mel.
Brooks. Oh my God, Mel Brooks.
Yeah,
Did I
I
say
was
Mel
like
Gibson?
Mel
Man, you know
Gibson.
what?
Lethal Weapon.
Uh, no, no. Wow, dude, it's been a busy day, but no, Mel Brooks. I mean, we were just talking about it before the show, so God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recommend it. It's funny, but again, it's a humor that maybe not a lot of people get. But
Right, right, right.
overall, it was a good show, I think, but it's still kind of leaning towards how some of the other ones are more corporate. And that's the thing. I could kind of see that and and I don't like that.
Yeah. I went on Saturday as well. I took my nephew. So um, usually, when I go to these cons, I'm trying to hustle and get autographs and buy the exclusives. But you know, the LA Comic Con didn't have anything that I thought was really of high demand. So I took my
Yeah,
nephew,
was it?
um, and I think he liked it. He goes with me to these cons whenever he can. He had a good time. I bought him a bunch of Lego figures, so he was happy about that. But I'm in the same, and I'm pretty sure I've brought this up on the show multiple times already, but it's not the same it's not as fun, when it was Stanley's Kamikaze. It was
Hmm.
fun.
It was.
And the thing is, going this weekend on Saturday, it was bigger. Like there were so many people out on the street, and I don't
Yeah.
really recall it ever being that big where you would see crowds of people outside the convention.
Yeah. I was talking to some of the other artists and they're saying that, it's under new management. So that means there's going to be, as they would say, might be a shit show for a while, just
Ah,
till they kind of, sometimes you get people who think they know how to do stuff like this, but you also got to be a fan of it to really understand like what works, what doesn't work,
yeah, yeah,
but then also to attend as a person, as a fan.
yeah,
Because being when you're someone who's running it or part of it, there's a different lens you would see things, but you're also getting treated differently. When
yeah,
you're just one of us, you start seeing things and you try to figure what would be better, what would be helpful, and we do that a lot. Like, we'll say, okay, San Diego 2012 was better than 2010 because of X, Y, and Z, or vice versa, you
yeah.
know. So I think, but now that it's under new management, we'll see. And I'm a gauge this year with next year, which they already promoted to be like September 26th to the 28th, I believe, of next
Okay.
year. Of next
It
year.
used to be Halloween weekend, but it's no longer that anymore.
Yeah, I think they probably,
They don't want to compete with New York, I think.
yeah, that's true too.
And I don't know if New York was always around this time, but I remember Stan Lee's Kamikaze was always. It used to be like right around like that last
Halloween
weekend of
weekend.
October. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Somewhere around that time, or if not the third week. So yeah, it was close. It was close.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And like, it's cool that there was a lot of like movie stars. Like, I think there was an Adams Family reunion. I know that
Yeah.
there was a
I heard
Back
that
to the
was
Future
cool.
reunion thing, and that's all
Yep.
cool. But like, there was no like the list of top tier comic creators was not that high.
No, I mean, very minimal. I think if you say, because what there was Mark Silvestri, um, who else? Uh, like I said,
I
I didn't see a lot of the
Yeah,
names.
Scott Snyder was there.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
I know that comic sketch art, and their artists that they represent, there's a good handful of them. And I think
Yeah.
if I would have gone, because I only went Saturday as well, if I would have gone Sunday, I probably would have gotten a couple sketches because I can only imagine it didn't seem as though the artists were that busy, so you probably could have come up on some good
Mm,
deals.
but it was busy though. Some were saying like this was really busy.
Oh,
I
really? Some of
guess.
the artists said
Yeah.
that they were really busy.
Yeah. Yeah. They were kind of busy. Um,
Okay.
trying to get stuff done. But
It was probably then I'm assuming it's because there wasn't there wasn't a lot of like comic book attendees. So the ones that were there, they were able to get
mhm.
things that they always wanted to get when they couldn't at other conventions.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because again, the other side, the photo op, and then they had a whole section just for Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen. It
Oh,
was
I
about
saw that. Yeah,
1,000.
yeah, yeah. That
Man,
was like, yeah.
they had
It,
their own section.
yeah, they weren't even inside the main floor. They you had to walk through some hallway or something like that, right?
Well, they started doing that. We're now for the photo ops and the meet and greet. We're on the other side, because they're a lot larger, so they could get more, obviously get more people.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy of just how big it was on that side. And then they remember on that other last section in the back, they also have the anime and games stuff in there.
Yeah, so when I picked up my badge, right when you walk in is like a small like there was a gaming area and like they had a little carnival thing. I don't recall seeing
Hmm.
the anime section, but if there was, I would have walked. I would have.
That's what they were saying. I'm like, but we didn't get to really walk. We were just going out the back way towards the end,
Yeah,
um, there. But like I said, I think it was just interesting. But I we'll see. We'll see how next year. But then also too, the artists. I think that's another thing too.
yeah.
Because
What
again,
time?
for what?
What time did you get in?
Oh shoot, I was there. You know me. I'm there at 7 o'clock, man.
Okay, so how long did it take to get in?
Oh, it was nothing. I mean, I got there about. I would say we got there about 7:30, right? Parking. It's all about the parking. Got the
Yeah.
parking. Um, walked right in and stuff, and we just and waited till opening time, and boom, it was
So
easy.
like it wasn't like some 3 hour wait or anything.
Well, I mean, it is because what was it? It opens at 9 o'clock, right?
No, but I
So,
mean I heard that like in years past, like it was just ridiculous. Like they had no flow of getting in. So
mm,
I waited till
mm,
like I didn't get there till like maybe close to 2.
oh, geez, wow,
Yeah, because I was like I'm not gonna. Well, first I was taking my nephew, so it's not like I was in a rush.
yeah.
Before we went to the con, we got something to eat and hung out a little
Man,
bit, and then
shoot, you should have make them be like, "This is you want to do? All right, you're getting up early with us. You're gonna sit there. You're gonna talk to a
no,
bunch of
no, no, no,
people.
no, no. He
Break them
got
in
he
early,
got a
man."
he got a cool comic books because he's a
Uh-huh.
big Transformer. Um,
Oh,
he's big
okay.
on Transformers right now. So one of my buddies, John Jang, he had a booth. He signed a comic book for him. He
Where
told
was he
them
at? Because I did not.
600.
Ah, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
or maybe he wasn't there when I was walking by because I saw and I looked at him, but again, I wasn't there for me.
Yeah,
So if I was, I would have brought a couple of the books I do have that I need to get signed and all that. But like I said, I was just trying to show my girlfriend all what it is and showing her like just how things are situated there.
yeah. So I mean, what would you on a scale of 1 to 10? What would you give it?
LA Comic Con this year,
Yeah,
probably a six.
yeah, I'd give it a 6. They need more artists. They really do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is far more larger merchandising or corporate type of sales things just to fluff, but yeah, that stuff's got to go.
yeah. It doesn't gotta go, but they gotta add more comic book stuff. They do.
No, that stuff just got has to go because they could do it a different way by marketing or adding more, to
Oh,
the revenue, but
gotcha.
not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
having that big old slot. Like I said, wait, they could comic artist alley and all the comic stuff should have been a lot bigger,
yeah,
like it used to be. That's why I'm giving it a six.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
I agree. All right, let's move on to the next topic. The last time you were on, we talked about Penguin.
yeah.
Um, I'm caught up, so we're 3 episodes in,
It's
right?
three. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it's 3. Yeah.
Oh, no, I know.
Um, what What do you feel has been great about the show so far? If because I'm assuming we're still on pace of liking the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I think so far what I've liked is the intro and kind of like some of the backstory of Victor.
oh yeah, this last episode was very much Victor
Yeah,
focused.
about him.
Did you think? Okay, no, you know what? It's already been close to a week. If you haven't watched it already, you need to watch it. Um, did you think they were going to kill him? I thought they were going to kill him.
I did, I thought something, but then I think when he went to go, when he took the car to go watch her leave, or he was just debating because it seemed like, he's torn, right? Because he
Yeah,
feels he has this obligation to Oz, right? And he's thinking, but yet it's kind of like how when he was thinking about the past of the day of the incident, how he's telling his dad, don't you want things to have a better life? So I think that's kind of stuck with him,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know. But yet having to let her go, I think probably the only way he could be able to have that clear conscience. And he
yeah,
has that moral compass right now of what his father would think, you know, and just the feelings he had for his girlfriend, the girl he liked, and all that.
yeah,
So I liked it how it just, it just the way they're telling this is clearly just right after a week of the incident,
yeah.
you know, and it still would be like, okay, so I don't know. I think just the
Oh,
development of Victor's
that's
been.
right. Like timeline wise, not a
Hmm.
lot has passed.
You didn't catch that
No,
because
I just thought about that right now because yeah, that's right.
when
They've
they're
been
on the roof,
yeah, yeah,
and that was when the Riddler started blowing up all the locks and stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And the water came through. So now you're seeing how they say, the 6 degrees of separation, how these incidents happen and people are connected. So when we watch the movie on, Batman, how all that we just see from the interior of that incident. And now with Penguin, we're seeing the exterior, how the lives affected, where you see how that big old wave and, he's calling his parents or his mom and how it affect everybody there,
yeah, yeah.
you know? And then you're like, okay. But I think, like I said, Victor, you're seeing him coming into his own. That's what I liked about this series thus far. But with this episode, I liked how they kind of focused on that. And they did throw the whole Oz and Sophia thing, which I will say, she's got something. She's going to do something. It's
I,
her eyes, man. She got
I
she got something.
I thought that I thought that they that to really like show like no one is safe, they were gonna kill off Victor. Not so much Penguin killing him, but like he gets caught up in that like some sort of crossfire and he dies. You know,
Mm, like he's a casualty of
a
a
casual
situation.
yeah casualty of whatever war or whatever they're in the middle of. And I was like, dude, they're gonna kill him because it kind of like I was like because it kind of feels as though like Penguin, he's a great manipulator. He's a great master manipulator. But I almost get the sense that like the one thing that's kind of holding him on to like some a bit of like goodness is Victor.
Okay.
I feel like he looks at him like almost not like a son, but like someone that he can relate to, and he wants to see Victor win.
Yes, but he would sell him out to save his own butt.
Here's the thing. I don't think he would. I don't think he
Mm,
would. Well, maybe it would depend on how severe it is, but so far he's covered his he's had Victor's back, right?
yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know. Yeah, he's kind of scared him a little bit like a couple times here and there, but I think like I said, like I think he kind of feels in a sense bad for him for Victor's situation, and like you know he wants to kind of show him that there's a better way of life.
Yes. Like I said, that's like the father figure and or from a street mentality of if this is
Yeah,
what you want, I'm gonna show you what it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know? But I don't know. I just think it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. But I don't know. I just think Oz there's very few Oz will do things for people to but yet he's all about manipulating but covering, CYA.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I think.
And the fact that like at the last scene when like Victor saves Oz and then
Oh yeah.
he's like, "What about Sophia?" And he's like, "Fuck her," you know. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, how hard would it have been to like just get out of the car, drag her into the back seat, because they were
No.
both right next to each other. I don't. I mean,
Yeah, but you know why? I think because you could tell, remember, he doesn't like when she says, you know, remember where you started. That's her driver, right? And she goes, huh, kind of this is familiar, right? Those little jabs, or again, he killed her brother because he snapped because of those jabs. He snaps. So that was the thing that maybe if he did that and he's like, okay, I'll let it slide, but I got it here and I'm gonna use it.
but
And with the
they
drugs,
but they allude that they were close at some point.
I think he had a thing for her.
Oh, okay.
Remember he said he goes, I fucked up, I messed up, you know, I lost something very important to me, and I think that's her.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, because they allude that they were very close, and whatever happened caused a rift, and I think she's still bitter about that. Like it seems as though she
well, of
got sent
course,
to Arkham and she shouldn't have gone there, and she's like has a resentment towards like
you
Oz.
thinking he had a play in it?
Maybe there was a play, or he didn't, or something came about where she feels like bitter or resentful towards him.
Okay, yeah, I think there are some resentments there that you could tell she's gonna have,
Yeah.
but I'm just curious on like how's she gonna do this? Because
Yeah.
again, I'm telling you, man, I think she's got. You already know she has something to play. She wants to make a stance on this and throw it in their faces, and especially again, she's like, watch all that she's keeping in is that pushes her when they those little things. She's like, okay, I'm gonna show you. Watch, and I'm gonna show you in a way that you'll never get near me again.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, her eyes are telling you straight out.
I mean, she's been a great actress for the show, man. Like
Oh,
I
Christian
don't know who
Melody, yeah.
I don't know where she's if she's ever been on any TV shows or movies, but I mean, she's great for the role.
Oh no, she is. I mean, it's I like it. I mean, I'm looking here. I don't see anything else on her, but it's just she's good. She plays
Yeah.
this, she plays this really well.
Yeah, I'm giving the show. I mean, well, yeah,
Well, where are you at now in the show?
I'm caught up. There's only been 3 episodes, right?
No,
And
no, no, no. Like your rating, or like so you're
okay,
you're you're giving a good rating. So where do you think we are now from? All right, let me ask you the next question. Let me ask you, where are you at now from episode three, from episode one, as far as your rating?
every episode for me has been the show itself. Every episode has been. I can't say it's a perfect 10 out of 10, but to me, it's a 9 out of 10. I mean, I've said it. I think on the show before. I love gangster mafia shows, and my
Hmm.
favorite show of all time has been Sopranos. So this is not like that, but the fact that we've got a really good TV show that I have, you know, I'm getting my fix now. There hasn't been a good movie when it comes to the mob. There hasn't been a good TV show when it comes to the mob. So I'm loving it right now.
Oh, okay, okay. But
Yeah.
that's
What about you?
ooh. I, I say, wait, what did I give it last time? What did I give it?
I don't think we actually rated it last time.
Hmm. Well, if I think just from the first one, I think I would have gave it, but again, just for potential growth, I would have said about an 8, right? The first time after the first,
Yeah.
episode. But now with these last two, especially this one, how that again, this thing about Victor, I'll go for definitely a 9.
Yeah.
Solid 9, probably maybe 9.5, but definitely solid 9 out of
And
10.
this actor Victor, oh man, he's a great actor, dude.
That kid, I mean, dude, it just kind of makes you feel sorry for him sometimes. You know. Um, oh, speaking for the other movies, so I guess Kristen Milotti, she was also in The Wolf of Wall Street.
She was.
Yeah, and then another one for Palm Springs. I guess the FX series of Fargo,
Oh, okay.
you know. So there's quite a few Mythic Quest. Not sure. I mean, there's a lot. I'm looking goes back to 2006.
Yeah, but it was
You
nothing
know,
I've seen. But I mean,
what
it's.
she was in The Sopranos. It
Oh
says
wait,
here
you know what? I think I do. I think I looked into it. Yeah, I think she played Meadows'
three
friend or something like
episodes.
that. Yeah, I
Three
think she was like
episodes.
Meadows' friend or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there
Um,
you go.
I was gonna say also.
What?
Do you think they're gonna keep Victor around and then maybe like turn him in? I've read theories that he's going to be the Red Hood.
Oh, oh. No, because we already know that Jason Todd, you're going against the lore. You're going against everything else. Oh,
Well, I mean, they say it's because the whole like, you know how like Jason Todd was discovered by Batman when he was stealing his
yeah,
wheels. So
yeah.
they're saying that's the same backstory. But I'm like, I don't think it's Jason Todd.
You can't, because again, Jason Todd has skills and Victor's older. You know what I mean? Like his
Yeah,
skill set. No, you can't. I don't know. I mean, but then again, they could play it off right.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if they do it right. But again, this goes back to the other conversations that we had. But it's just DC is doing great in the sense of small screen.
Uh huh.
They can't do it on the large.
Yeah,
They're historically terrible. So we'll
yeah.
see.
All right. Well, okay. Let's move on to the next topic. This is a more of rumors. So we all know Venom's coming out the end of the month. What's it called? Venom: The Last Dance, right?
Yeah.
So the rumor is the next Spider-Man movie is supposedly called King in Black, and it's going to be symbiote related movie.
Yeah.
And we all know that Noel's going to be in the next Venom movie, but they say that he's going to continue and be in the next Spider-Man movie. And here is my Noel first appearance, third print, double signed Ryan Stegman,
Is that the one I
and
have too?
I don't know.
Or no, wait. Oh, that's right. I got the original. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
um,
I
double
got that
signed
one.
Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman. Man, I hope Donny Cates comes back to writing comic books because for a while he was like the hot artist, man.
Yeah. I mean, but we'll see.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I mean, do you believe there's any like I don't I know I just threw out a bunch of rumors, but do you think any of it stick?
No,
Straight up, no.
no, because again, um, it's like when it's Hollywood, man. They change things real fast, and there's a lot of stuff that could change. Look at Marvel about the whole thing about Kang the Conqueror. How things outside can change a lot of dynamics of everything. Or even the whole thing about like with DC and Superman,
Yeah,
executive stuff changed the entire flow of everything. Whatever we thought on those rumors,
yeah.
that got that got nixed really fast.
Well, okay. Let me ask you. I do think that if Noel is in this new Venom movie, I can't see how they're going to make like that character does not. There needs to be more to him than just one movie.
Yeah, you have to.
So I don't know what Sony's thinking about bringing him on this
Oh
final
Jesus!
movie,
Right.
and I'm hoping that like it's just not so much a cameo, but there leaves room for him to come back. Because Tom Hardy's saying this is his last one. Now, does that mean he actually dies? Because they're saying Venom Last Dance. Tom Hardy's saying this is his last one. So I mean, like, does that mean he's gonna die? Is Eddie Brock gonna die in this? I feel like they're not gonna do that. I feel like
Yeah.
there's gonna like I think and the MCU Marvel Studios, if they can make a deal with Sony, like they want to bring Tom Hardy into their fold. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I guess things can change. We could have all this speculation and just things are never, or they're never what we think they are. It's just the best way to put it. Because it's the industry. They change it all the time. And then
Yeah,
stuff could get leaked just to be, get the interest going, and then it's completely different, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So, but then again, it's all who's running it. And I said, you said the S word, Sony. Um,
The S word. Did you watch the last Venom movie? I didn't even watch it.
no, because again, it's just, like I said, Venom is, you say the anti. anti-hero. But just a lot of things they could have done things a little bit darker.
Oh, definitely.
But
Like,
again, look how they did with Daredevil, right? It's just like I'm not Daredevil. Oh God, dude. See, we were talking about that briefly, but with Deadpool, the humor, the comedy, that is exactly as we see it,
yeah,
right? And the character, and of course, obviously getting the right actor, which was perfect. But I'm not saying Tom Hardy is not good, but it's just the writing for Venom character is just how they do that. And I wasn't happy in the sense. So, but I'll
yeah,
still watch it. Like, I'll always watch it, but I'll just wait till it comes out on one of the platforms.
yeah. Me too. I've been waiting for Venom 2 to come out on one of the platforms, and I haven't. I'm like, dude, where is like they got Madam Web on Netflix? I still haven't watched it.
I know. I haven't watched it. I don't think I could.
I heard it's not as bad as everyone says.
Mm, I
I
don't
mean,
know because,
I I watched was it Mobius, right? Is that how you say it,
yeah,
Mobius? I,
Mobius.
I I watched it on Netflix, and I'm like, dude, it wasn't bad. I don't know. Maybe if I would have spent $20 to watch it in theater, I would have been a little more upset or whatnot. But I watched it at home, watched it on Netflix. I'm like, what was so bad about it? It wasn't that bad of a movie.
I guess again, like to say expectations,
Yeah,
because Mobius. But remember the deleted scene from Blade.
I don't. What was a
You know,
deleted scene?
it was an Easter egg. A small, quick cameo of Mobius. If you look at
Really?
one, the deleted scene for towards the ending,
Which Blade?
the first one.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's when he was just thrown out in the cinematic universe.
What was the it's but it was a deleted scene.
Yeah,
What was it then?
um, it was the deleted scene with Mobius. Or wait, yeah, because Blade came out in what, 98?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Was it? Yeah. He was Mobius was supposed to be tied to it, but uh but it was dropped because the director left the franchise. But you can't see how things can change.
Yeah. But there was a Easter egg for Mobius though?
Oh no, it was a whole scene. Like it was a whole scene when Blade is
What is he
coming out.
what happens?
Like
He
it's at the
mentions
end.
his name or something or what?
Um God. It was when it was at the end and the girl that he saved, right?
Uh-huh.
Um they're climbing up the ladder and they're on top of a roof, and it kind of goes from there. Like, she's
I'm
kind
gonna
of
have
like
to look
saying,
it up
well,
then.
who's there? Yeah, it's a deleted scene from the end.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like towards the end, like, when he saves her, or does that, and the sun's coming up and stuff. So it's just so they're out there talking, and I guess this figure Blade sees from afar,
Oh,
or
okay.
she does because they're across the building, right? So she goes like, "Who's that?" And then he goes like, "Damn," you know. Kind of, I think either he knows who he is or whatever, but you can't really tell like. But that was the whole setup that it's actually supposed to be Morbius.
Okay. I think I see a little bit of more yeah. If you Google it or you go on YouTube, there is a
Yeah.
Morbius alternate ending.
Yep. That's the one.
I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah. And that was supposed to be the setup for Blade 2.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it never happened. So
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, hey, Morbius, I liked, it was entertaining enough for me.
I know I got maybe I'll get to it this weekend. I'll do it. It's
I mean,
something.
and like, in the sense, I kind of feel bad for Jared Leto. I mean, the dude's like, he was Joker, no one liked it. He was Morbius, no one liked him. I'm like, damn, dude. He's trying to get into these comic book movies, and everyone hates on him.
Yeah, I mean, but again, the whole
And he's not a bad actor.
what? No, no, I'm just saying, but the whole thing about, Joker, again, you gotta look at where who he's following.
Yeah, I mean, I
Really,
get it.
that
It was a very drastic change from what
yeah,
we know of
that's
a Joker.
right. And that's hard for an actor to do, right?
Yeah,
Think about it. Trying to get someone else, they want again, the industry, oh, we gotta keep, going after this cash cow over a certain brand, and let's just pick the brand of Indiana Jones.
yeah.
Let's do a whole new franchise with a different Indiana person characterized as Indiana Jones. Really? You know how hard that's going to be?
Well, they said they were going to bring in Chris Pratt to
Oh,
as the next
geez,
Indiana
man.
Jones.
Yeah. See, did you see what I mean? Like that's just it's like again, it's these people who in the industry just want to get the money most out of it. But you're like, these brands have stayed the way they are because it keeps true to what it's about, the characters and all that. And you get people who don't understand. Again, if you don't know what you're getting into or understand anything about the comic world or things like that, and you're trying to do all this stuff, all you're going to do is cause damage. Look how many movies again, Batman, a lot of them terrible. Spider-Man, they were good, but they're coming back, but they weren't received well. Um, Fantastic Four. I mean, that in itself will tell you.
Yeah,
But what's kept it alive, obviously, is because of the comic. But yet, you get people in this to try to say, "Oh, I can direct," or I had this list of what I used to do." But this is a brand that is like people like us. We know the origins. We know a lot of things, and you're not trying to mix things or for it to make sense and just throw it in there, call it a good day. Then you get the feedback that they get.
yeah, but you got to also think like, I'm not saying that comic book fans are toxic, but a lot of them are.
Yes, no, no, I will totally agree, and I almost got into many crazy things because people want to act stupid to just someone who's just trying to get into it, but they try to
Yeah,
bully them, you know, and that's the thing I don't tolerate, you
yeah,
know. But it's just I don't know. Like I said, it's hard. That's a whole nother debate of a conversation because that can go deep in the rabbit hole on that one.
yeah. So
But
all right, to close this topic off,
yeah.
Spider-Man, King in Black. All the rumors that I've listed, you don't believe in any of them.
No, maybe, but no, the other stuff, no. I think they might change. They might change.
Okay. Before we end the show, I know we were going to talk about Daredevil, but yeah, we'll talk about that another time. I did want to bring one more subject to you. We don't have to
Yeah.
talk about it too much, but maybe we can revisit this the next time I
Okay.
get you on.
Okay.
Let me write this on here. All right. So you know that like back in the day, there were newsstand copies versus um, what was it? Comic shop. What was it? Newsstand
From
versus
the direct line, like
direct.
from
Yeah,
the
newsstand versus direct, right?
yeah, the distributors.
And people are saying, people try to value the newsstand copies because they were more rare. Do you feel that newsstand copies should be like it's a justified price increase?
That's very subjective to be
Yeah.
honest. But I think it's very dependent on what it is, right person, right topic, right art. You know what I mean? Like right issue. I don't know. I mean,
Because like there was I saw on one of the Facebook groups, I forgot what comic book it was, but he was trying to sell his newsstand copy of a book. Um, yeah, it was a great cover, and but I was like, really, this is what the going price is for that? And I'm like, okay, I get that there's a lot of factors because a newsstand copy, theoretically, if you get that high grade, it's very difficult because it's just out in the public. People are looking at it, probably flipping through it back in the day and then putting it back on
mm-hmm,
the shelf, right?
mm-hmm.
And I get that, but it's also the same comic cover as what you got at a comic book store. It's just that barcode was, you
That
know,
was the difference, the
different.
barcode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And in all honesty, like the direct to market covers I thought were cooler only because the barcode was usually like another art. Like if it
yeah.
was a McFarlane, it was like a
Yes.
Spider-Man thing, you know?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I think that, but again, it's just how pristine it is between I could again, you can have they say distributor one and newsstand, but if the newsstand they say is at a 9.8, that's telling you a lot already, right? So that would make it way more rare. But then you can have, say you switch it around. Again, it's all like, if have that value. I don't know if that would be worth more or not because is it because everybody's touching it? Then yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
but even it's all about how once we get it right as a consumer, how we take care of it.
yeah,
And I think again, I think it's very subjective because you're right. You kind of hit the head of the nail on this one about the distributor ones were seemed a lot cooler because the way the barcode, those little nuances, those little attention to detail
yeah,
makes it better. So, I don't know. That's all very dependent. I mean, that's an interesting one though. Never
yeah.
really thought about that.
Only because like I saw someone posted on one of the Facebook groups. I'm like, is that newsstand copy really going for that much more than the direct copy? And I'm like, I guess, but to me, I'm like, nah, I wouldn't pay that much for a newsstand. But hey, you know what? Maybe some people really value that rarity. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. It just says, what was it? Oh, right here. I just pulled it up while you were talking. So it says, sometimes print runs mean that the one edition is much more valuable than the other or more common. So they say, for example, in 1979, 94% of the copies of Marvel Comics printed were newsstand copies. So direct editions are 10 times rarer and harder to find, which generally equates to value.
For that one book, right?
Well, they're just saying, like, for
Oh,
example, like they're
yeah,
saying in 1979, yes, majority that we all remember were from, uh, were copies printed were newsstands copies.
yeah, yeah,
So the direct edition, I guess we said the distributor, but they're calling them the direct edition copies are 10 times more rare.
yeah. But then obviously, as time went on, less and less were newsstands. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, okay, but see, here's another thing I just see, which is I don't know, seems weird. It says starting in 1979. 6% of comics were sold in comic shops, and 90% of the direct editions survived, and 94% of the comics were sold on newsstands, and then 10% newsstands copies survived.
oh, how do they get those numbers?
hmm That's interesting because how they get those numbers? What population did they get it from? How
Yeah,
long was the case study? Yeah, that's interesting. But no, that's I don't know. That's an interesting one.
yeah. But yeah, I was just like, you know what? I don't know. I don't. Like I said, us comic book collectors, we're fickle, and You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, it was just a good thing I wanted to throw out there. Get your
But
opinion
yeah,
on that.
but I still, it's very subjective.
That's true. Yeah.
Um, it's interesting though. I liked it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we hit that hour mark. I told you I'd get you out by 10:15. I went a little over. Sorry about that, man.
Get me out. Where am I going?
Well, I mean, it's late. I'm surprised that we
Late.
even had some people watching, but
What
you
do you
know,
mean late?
well, it's 10:30. 10:30 Pacific. We
Dang,
both got work
Grandpa.
tomorrow.
Dang, Grandpa. Shoot. You don't remember
Yeah.
those days being up late at night and then maybe get an
Yeah. I
hour's
can't.
sleep
I,
and go to
I
work?
can't do that anymore. I cannot do that anymore.
I can't. Still.
Well, Mark, man, I want to thank you for coming on.
Oh, it's a
Definitely,
pleasure always.
you're gonna be one of my. I'm always gonna come to you as a recurring guest. Um,
Uh-oh.
probably you're my Star Wars guy. I know we were gonna talk about Daredevil and I was gonna go on a rant with Disney Plus, but maybe next time.
That will be a good one.
Yeah. All right, guys. For everyone who caught the show, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. Again, thank you, Mark, for coming on.
All right, brother.
Peace
Thank
out.
you. All
Yep.
right. Bye, everybody.
Later.